Hey everybody, I'm Taryn Winnie, your MC for this evening, and thank you for joining us for another session of Juneau Darkness Beckons, a Urban Shadows campaign here on Variant Roles. Gonna go ahead and you can find me on Twitter at Tarzan Nosy, and I use he/him pronouns. Jumping over to my players, we are missing Max tonight, unfortunately, so no Red the Aware, but we still have plenty of shenanigans we can get up to. So, Rhea, you want to kick us off?
Oh, sure. Hello, I'm Maria. You can find me at Happy Capster on Twitter. And tonight I will be playing Kay Belton, the tainted playbook, who is very angry and also sad and also angry and is gonna do great things.
Awesome. Matthew?
Hey, folks. That's me. I'm Matthew Foreman. I'm at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. I will be playing Gallant, the mortal wizard, who is currently, pledged to help Kay kill Peter, my former PC. Both of us use he/him pronouns, me and Gallant too. So.
And I'm Ty. You can find me at Ballroom Brawler on Twitter. I am playing Dimitri Chopango. He is the hunter of the Mortal faction, and both him and I use he/him pronouns.
I forgot to mention I use she, they pronouns. Kay Belton uses they, them pronouns. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I guess we can go ahead and kick right off. It's very weird just having three PCs, but it's very short and succinct. Go ahead and go with opening moves. So, the rumor stuff. Who would like to begin?
I can because I remembered it just now. So, Kay had only power left to Mark, so Kay leveled up. And the rumor that Kay that I made was that there was a handful of wizards who found out that Gallant was back and was not too happy to hear that, and was not too happy with the allies that Gallant has currently made. But I rolled an 11 for that, which is great because I can choose a couple of things, such like a debt or some other stuff, like useful piece of information from that faction. What I would love to know, Taryn, MC, buddy,
Yeah. I
is
don't know if I like where this is going. Continue.
I would like to know who got Gallant released.
Oh. Hmm. Huh. You know what? I am totally and utterly unprepared for this one. Can I give you an IOU?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I will take it.
I will be thinking about that one. I had
Cool.
some ideas, but to be put on the spot with it is a little bit much.
That's fine.
Um, yes,
We'll circle the wagons back around that some other time.
yes, maybe even by the end of the session. Who's next?
I didn't do it. I didn't do the rumors.
I can do it. I can do it. I got it. I was given Knight as my faction. I chose my rumor that I heard was that during the fire at the Ghoul production facility at the end of last episode, something managed to escape, and it is now alone and angry. And I rolled a 6, but up +1, so I barely stated it. It would have been freaking terrible.
That would have been
Yeah.
amazing.
Killed by my own rumor. No, 7, barely.
Okay. So debt swap with Knight.
Um, Knight. I'm gonna say maybe I have a debt on. Would it work that I have a debt on Chadwick because we've been observing him for like a day? That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, we can swing that.
Okay.
One debt to Dimitri. Yep. And then who do you owe a debt to?
Who else do I know in Knight?
Tanver is a knight. Tanver's a knight. Lawrence Fisher's a knight. Conrad's a knight. Knight is actually one of our lesser developed factions. Yeah. Well, on my NPC sheet, like Knight has like 4 NPCs and everything else is like
It's a very listen.
Yeah.
Listen, your NPC sheet is a very powerful sheet, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna owe a debt to Peter. Yeah, right. No,
that is true, Peter.
no. I'll say. Oh, it says
Uh,
you're muted, Matt. Yeah.
On OBS. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't saying anything important.
I will owe a debt to Tanvers, let's say.
okay.
If Tanver's still alive, he may be burned to a crisp.
Let's hope. We can all hope.
That's true, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes a little bit more than
Oh,
that. Yes. So, and then Matthew, would you like to do your rumor stuff currently?
Sure. I don't know what the hell my rumor would be, but I missed.
You rolled without coming up with
I always forget which order it's in. What I was gonna say, since it's okay, you told me to mark night, so I'm guessing that's my rumor. I wanted to make it about. I think that my rumor is that there was the explosion at the Ghoul facility. I think my rumor is that I think the rumor is that Tanfer and the key players, the key ingredients, I think they got away. I think that's my rumor.
Okay.
And I missed, so I'll be caught off guard.
Yes, you are unprepared for this situation or unaware.
Yeah.
So.
And that's the second time Gallant's going to be caught off guard.
Yeah. Really, Gallant is not great about these rumors.
He's old. He's old and busted.
I don't think that has anything. That's no mechanical effect. It's just
correct.
All right. So yeah. Normally Max has been very kind lately and been doing our recaps, but is currently out sick. Does anyone want to shoulder the responsibility for last week's emotional endeavors?
Oh God.
I can do a brief recap of what I remember.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So last week, Dimitri, Gallant, and Kay finished up the business with the vessel Felix. Kay finding out a couple of things, like a small journal written in a code that they'll have to decode, as well as some information about potentially what the Dumas may or may not have been up to. The following day, the three intrepid mortals, along with Kay's sister Lauren, went on a stakeout, kind of, to go track down Chadwick. That's what his name was, and see what sort of business that he'd been up to. During that time, Kay, who had spent the night in Brody's apartment, had a run-in with Officer Emma, who was looking for Brody. Kay had to spill that unfortunate news. And when asking her about the incident where she was kind of driven around by Conrad earlier in the week, she became a bit defensive. They discussed a meeting, and after which Kay went to meet with Gallant, had a heartfelt conversation where they talked about Peter and talked about a lot of Kay being dark and stormy. Gallant was given the book that Brody had that talked about the ghosty spectral business, and went to go work in their sanctum, but not before getting a little talking to by Peter, the specter themselves. Kay learned that Lauren was in town and was also hanging out with some cool kids, namely Dimitri and Red, and went to go say hi. and there was many heartfelt conversations there. Um, Kay confided in Red that one, Brody was dead. Two, it was probably Peter's fault, and three, Kay's definitely going to go kill Peter. And Red's very, very sad, and used to be mortal completely, and just very sad. And I think that's all the important things. Yeah.
Anybody else have anything to add?
Gallant dug out a siphon cage to drain Peter of his essence and power. Harness the Peter power.
Peter power.
Peter Power picked a pack of pickled poltergeists. Took me a second on that one. Alrighty then. So I think we're gonna kick back off. Kay, you had just gone back inside into the burger joint. A few moments later, you're after sort of expecting Red to make his way in, you just get a text. It's a group text actually to the three of you that are sitting there. That just says, "Had to take a ride. Catch up back with you guys later."
We didn't take Red's car. It was Lauren's car.
Yep.
It's fine. I was concerned. I'll just text back. Okay.
Kind of like looks at the phone for a second. You do that often?
Red?
No. Yeah, of course, Red.
I mean, kind of. He's been through a lot recently. I think he just needs a little bit of space, a little bit of time.
Know what that's like, but kind of got a job to do. It's kind of weird to just run off, but
It's fine. It's fine.
Nobody's professional anymore, so.
It is better than him coming on hunt with clouded head.
You know, that's.
Speaking of, I believe Oren and I guess other
Dimitri,
sorry. What exactly job were you doing? Perchance?
from what I remember, we were observing a Chad in a car. I was awake for half of it.
Lauren just kind of like pulls this manila folder out of a rucksack or like a shoulder bag and just kind of like slides it across to you.
Flip through it.
Yeah, it's just basic information. Got a picture of Chadwick, which you obviously recognize from being Red's mark for bringing him in town in the first place. Oh, so long ago.
So long ago.
Yeah, just keep an eye on him. See what he's up to.
Okay. While kind of like flipping through this, Kay is gonna text Gallant and say, "Hey, sorry I left so suddenly. Something came up. Family business. How goes the book? Did you get it?" Question mark.
I'll text back in all caps. Yeah, got it. Good read. Finding what I need. Big smile emoji. Regular smile emoji. You know, the one no one uses that because it's creepy looking. Yeah.
I'll respond back. Good. We can start working on that tonight, unless you're busy.
He'll reply back 10-4.
but he puts the 10 for the 10 and spells out 4.
You got it.
He's the best. So it's like afternoonish, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's about like 2 or 3.
Okay. Well, since Red's not here anymore for now, I guess I could help you with your thing.
Lauren like looks at Dimitri.
I'm only half aware of what this job is. If we are just looking, sure. If we are going in swords blazing, another hand is always useful.
If you don't want me there, you can just tell me.
I don't not want you. It's just it feels weird like calling in my big sibling for this.
I mean, you technically didn't call me in.
Yeah,
I am kind of inviting
I'm
myself.
Aware
That makes
of
you feel better.
No, no, I just this is like my first gig, and I don't want to.
It's fine. No,
No,
it's fine. It's fine.
No, are you sure?
Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. You're all right?
Worst case scenario, you can just kind of zoop in, correct? Like the car?
I can always just drive there. Can't exactly. Well, yes, worst case scenario, I can zoop in. But only once, so hopefully it is the worst case scenario.
Okay, I have to ask, how does that work?
Okay, kind of like eyes Dimitri a little bit, and then says, so you know that thing that Z and I that came with some perks, and that was one of them. Came with some less than ideal perks also, but that's fine.
All right. Okay. Yep.
Where does one obtain a zoop perk? It seems very useful. I'm just a little curious.
It's a long, complicated thing. And Kay just kind of like, do you have your sword with you?
No, not in the restaurant. No.
I just
hugging it, eating a cheeseburger.
Uses it to like cut the cheeseburger in half. Just
it's I don't know. It's complicated, I think. Just is. It happens. I don't really think about it a whole lot. They'll look to Lauren and say, after you're done with all with this, kind of just like gesturing to Dimitri and like around, we should really talk about a lot of things.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Where are you staying? Are you at home?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Would it be weird if I came home? Okay.
No. Why would it be weird for you to come home?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I don't know.
No, yeah, you can Absolutely.
Okay. Be back later tonight. Maybe we'll bump into each other.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm finished. Dimitri, do you want to? We should probably go catch more Z's before they start moving again tonight.
Yes, absolutely. And he'll stand up.
She kind of Lauren does as well and grabs the folder and like chucks it back in the shoulder bag.
Yeah, Kay will get up and kind of pull Lauren back a little bit as Dimitri goes out.
He'll walk off.
And just kind of watch him go. And we'll say to her, just take care of yourself. Okay. I know you can. I'm just
I
reminding
appreciate
you.
I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
you too.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you will.
We'll talk
All
later.
right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Should we hug?
Kay's already going in for one.
There's a distinct like the shoulder holster bulge there that you feel as you like wrap your arms around.
That's all Kay will just I won't say anything about it.
All right. Well,
Go have fun, kid.
It's the plan, right?
Yep.
See you later. And she like turns around and finger guns and then walks out the door.
I'm gonna get an Uber home. Or no, wait. I'm gonna text Gallant. Nope, I'm gonna call Gallant. It's easier and makes me hurt less.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll call Gallant.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, this is Kay. It seems that my afternoon is a bit more free. Did you want to maybe? I'd really like to go over what you kind of figured out, if that's okay.
Yeah. Do you want to come by my sanctum?
A strange request, but sure. Where is it?
I'll text you my address. It's on my property. Well, it's close enough.
All right. Okay.
It's in a bomb. It's in an old abandoned bomb structure out in the woods.
Of course it is. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just text it to me. I'll be on my way soon.
All right. Takes me a really long time to text it to them.
That's totally fine because I have to get to my car, which is at the museum. So I'm gonna get an Uber to the museum.
All right. So I think we can fast forward a little bit. Ty, do you and Dimitri and Lauren just catch some Z's?
I think it's midday.
It's like
right.
mid-afternoon.
I think on the way he'll say, Miss Lauren, I have already taken nap in car previously. If you need to sleep, that is fine. But I am also willing to help train if you are interested.
Oh, that didn't really cross my mind, but yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, you can draw your sword, and we can do a little sword play.
All right, and she pulls over instantly into like a old parking lot and just pulls out and pops the trunk.
And Dimitri will pull out his sword.
She goes back there and pulls out this it's not a bad sword by any means, but it's pretty standard.
Where did you procure your blade?
Steve hooked me up for when Guns are a little loud.
May I? And offers his hand to look at the blade.
Yeah, she like hands it over.
Kind of looks it over. It is fairly plain. Perhaps I have friend, Galant. He can enchanted. Perhaps it can be especially good against Babadook or something.
Uh, sorry, what?
Babadook. It is an ancient evil, and he shows his
Right.
sword.
Mm-hmm.
Runes. And he'll assume and he'll hand it back and kind of assume a stance and just kind of practice with her until a couple hours.
Yeah, she absorbs it pretty quickly. Actually, she fumbles a little bit. There's some clumsy moments, but after a bit, she picks up pretty well what you're putting down. So
That's it.
yeah. All right. Gallant. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just waiting there. Yeah. All right, well, okay, come on back and don't mind there's a couple old traps and stuff. You want to avoid them as we make our way through the woods. Yeah. So as I kind of come over to the bombshell, I will say, you gotta be careful while you're in here. There's a lot of like explosive substances I keep around, alchemy and whatnot. Also, every once in a while, ghost, small demonling, imp kind of creature will come creeping through. It's kind of at a nexus, so it attracts a lot of unwanted attention. So just be careful.
Alrighty then.
Yeah. And I'll lead them down into my sanctum.
I will begrudgingly follow.
So you want to know what I found in that tome there?
Yeah.
Well, as I told you, I'm something of a mystic, but so the long and short of it is, this Spectre Peter, he ghosts and those that are dead in this manner are supposed to pass on. They're supposed to slip in over to oblivion. The ones that don't, it's because something keeps them here. Now, usually that's nothing more than your everyday ghosty, a little wisp of green energy or a collection of green energy, what's known as a body of ghosts. When it's something more than that, when something more advanced, a full-blown specter, they have a link. That's usually a person, or some could be a place or a project that keeps them there. So this Peter here has got something that keeps him. Do you have any idea what that might be?
His name is Daryl. I know where he lives.
Well then, this Daryl, something that go bump in the night?
I don't think so. Not unless it's recent. He definitely knows Peter's a Spectre. Daryl's is Peter's husband.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
He's mortal.
Was the last time I saw him.
Well, it's important to know that in the presence of the link, the specters are more powerful. So, but if you destroy the link, you destroy the specter. Once and for all. What else you destroy in the process, well, that's not bound by the laws of magic.
Good to know. Was there anything else?
that there Peter paid me a visit.
Did he?
Yeah. Which, come to think of it, I'm gonna look around. Nah, he wouldn't be stupid enough to show his face.
Do you want him here?
I've got a prison for him. And I will gesture towards the mystical prison that I have in my sanctum.
MC, I have a question.
Oh no.
Does Peter
Yes.
Does hang on, I have to read. Hold, please.
If you're talking about invocation, if you have a debt on them, you can summon them.
Oh, excellent, perfect, wonderful. That's fantastic. I have 2 on Peter. How big is this prison?
And that's only because he has invocation is why you're able to do that. It's not your invocation that gives.
Yeah, absolutely. I just had to reread it to make sure. How big is this prison?
I don't. It is literally. It is
large enough to hold 2 people. Well, two people.
It is. It is a mystical prison described in my sanctum. I don't know. Taryn. Can I keep 2 creatures in here?
Why I'm asking this is because if I summon Peter, I want to summon Peter inside of the prison, and I want to make sure that they get in the prison. So I don't want to summon them whilst being outside of the prison, just in case I summon like right next to me.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking. That's all. No worries.
I am trying to think what this would call, or if this is just a decision. So where does this mystical prison come from? Was that what you got last time?
No, this is the mystical prison is a quality of my sanctum. It just is.
Okay. And this is something you've had for a long time, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
And it doesn't hold anything else currently?
No.
Trying to think. Is there something you would like to roll to figure out this out?
Gaze into the abyss. Turn someone on.
That one for sure. That's it.
Yes.
Is this a let it out from the wizard?
That's kind of what I've been leaning towards.
Yeah.
Thinking through this.
I can do it. Yeah.
And we're all just, this is all guidelines anyway, so.
And let it out is the catch-all anyhow, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So
What's it do? 12!
hey.
I'm just really glad you didn't have this as a full move or a unleash thing.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. The advance, yeah.
Advance, I wish. That's.
Yeah. So.
What can we for the audience read what let it out?
I can go ahead and do that.
Thanks.
Let it out. You let out the power within you. Roll a spirit on a hit. Choose one and mark corruption. On a 10+, ignore the corruption or choose another from the list. Take a +1 forward on your roll. Extend your senses, supernatural or otherwise. Frighten, intimidate, or impress your opposition. Take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed. I think that applies.
Yeah.
So, are you ignoring the corruption, or are you choosing another thing?
What the hell would I choose? I guess the +1 forward might help if it gets rowdy.
Yeah.
I could just not get corrupt.
I gotta ignore the corruption. I have to. Gallant wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that definitely fits with what you're looking for here.
So what will happen? Okay. What was the question you asked, Gallant? Did you ask him a question?
Oh, I don't think Kay. Oh, Kay asked if, something along the lines of if you wanted him, if like they could bring them here.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So then Gallant will continue and say, if you think now's the time, I got something. And I'll grip my staff and just kind of start to really bring up the power that I have. It's been a while since I did this one, and I'll throw the Libris Mortem on the thing and flip to the page about specters. If you're ready, I am.
All right.
Oh my god.
I'm going to. I'm going to. Oh. Okay. I would like to do. I'm gonna do it one at a time because I'm thinking about tuning things. I'm gonna use a debt on Peter to summon Peter to myself, hoping to try to get them into the spooky cage if possible. That would be ideal.
This isn't even your power. This is Peter's power that you are manipulating.
Yep.
This is correct. It is a double-edged sword because we all have swords, even when they're not real.
Yes. And Peter has the ability to appear at any situation with the advantage. So.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oops.
I think you can summon Peter, but so what's the size of your Spanktum look like? And I said Spanktum, which
You
is
sure did. Let's just hop over that. I imagine I feel like it's like the size. I mean, it's the size. It has probably like a little foyer area, and like it's almost like a bunker. I think because it's got a lot going on. So yeah.
Sorry, I'm still.
Yeah. I'm jumping right over it.
Yeah, keep moving.
Spanktum is a very different, different game.
Yeah.
We would need Mixed Magpie for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I think you hear a voice from the foyer. Just a long. What do you need, Kay?
And is that when I hit him with the let it out?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Mr. Poindexter.
What does this look like?
How
does it capture?
I think that the shadows and like the few little bitty bulbs that are in the room are like, and there's all the shadows and they form like chains and they latch on to him and start to drag him towards the prison.
Okay. Yeah, I think. What can Peter do here? This is impressive, wizard. And the chains slowly begin to just drag him into the prison. You see him begin to fight, but it's almost like those black veins left behind by Brody are etching themselves into the chains.
Get fucked.
And he struggles for a second, and the form corporalizes even more. Like there's always been some sort of like, especially since the curse a night ago, there's been some physicality to Peter when he's been present, but now it's like it is whole almost. And for the first time since his death, Peter is physically present. In the prison. Impressive.
Yeah, I got a few tricks for an old dog.
Kind of just looks over at Kay.
Kay just kind of watched this whole thing happen, and they slide their hands into their pockets and just kind of slowly walk towards Peter and say, Peter, I have a question for you. And I want to cash in my final debt with Peter. to have Peter
Okay.
answer honestly this question that I'm about to ask them.
Yes. If you haven't mark Knight, obviously, because that.
Excellent. And Kay will look Peter directly in their now corporeal eyes and say, "Did you kill Brody?"
Brody was in the game. He was already dead.
That's not what I asked, Peter.
Yes. As much as he killed himself.
Peter, you took something from me a while ago now. An eternity ago, it feels like. You brought me into this game. And then you took away something that I still had hope in. And I cannot forgive you for that. And for the rest of your tiny, insignificant, corporeal life, I'm going to take away the only thing that you loved. And I'm going to leave. I'm going to quickly leave.
I think as you finish your sentence, the cage begins to shake and rattle as Peter struggles against the chains keeping him present. Says, fine. But don't think I don't have any contingencies.
Okay, he's gone.
He turns back to Gallant. This is going to get interesting now.
Yeah, I reckon it is. And I look over to the scythe-hitting cage. You got something I want? I'll walk over to it slowly. Power. I need lots more of it if I'm going to get rid of you and your kind.
Get rid of.
Yeah. That surprise you?
No, it's just I expected something less foolish from an old man like you.
You look at me. Do I look like someone who's made a life of good choices?
I'm in here, aren't I?
Yeah. Fuck. Fuck. I don't know what to do next, so.
All right, we can cut there for a moment.
All right.
Okay, I think as you get back to your car, There is a figure leaning on it. You smell smoke as you approach.
Do I know who it is?
Yeah, it's Benji.
The fuck are you doing here?
Kind of dust some ash off his sleeve. Well, trying to figure out what the hell happened. What the hell happened?
Who, what, where, when, why? Give me something. I don't know. You smell like you just walked through a campfire.
More like a burned building, but one second I was helping Brody get settled into his new place that I set him up with, and next I was burned to death.
Under their breath, they'll say, obviously not.
It took me a while to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Brody?
He's dead, Benji. He's dead. I held his burnt corpse. Peter's the one that killed him.
Okay, you got a plan, I assume?
Yeah, I do.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can. And they'll just kind of nod to the car and open the driver's seat and get in.
Benji kind of gets in, like, pulls out his 2 pistols. Just kind of like.
I was gonna say, if he pulls out a fucking sword, I'm done. I'm gone.
No.
Dagger.
But he does.
Fucking
He
it.
pulls out one. He actually just pulls out one and kind of like it's an old style revolver. Opens it up. Opens up the like the chamber and pulls one of the bullets out. Kind of looks at it for a second in the moonlight. Oh, maybe I'll get to use this one tonight. And puts it back in and shuts it.
Who's that one for?
Old ghost buddy.
You know that won't work.
No, I know, but it's metaphorical.
I'm just gonna start driving.
Yeah.
And to Benji, Kay will say, Benji, do you even know how to die anymore? Do you even know if you can?
Let's put it this way. A lot of other people have to die first.
Do you want to die?
I want out. I've always wanted out.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can get you started on that then. And they're just gonna drive to Gerald's place. It's not great.
It's not great at all.
Oh, what I want to do actually, while I'm on my way there, I would like to mark a corruption
Okay.
to have my patron send a gang of demons that direction as well.
Okay.
They'll just meet up with us there. It's fine.
All
Don't worry
right.
about
What does that interaction look like? Let's RP this out because
it. Well, that's right. I'm driving a car.
Yep.
Okay. Um. while I'm driving, Kay's going to kind of be lost in thought for a second and then say, "Hey, Brody, take the wheel for just a second, just in case. This is a straight road. It's fine."
he kind of reaches over, he shrugs. He's like, "No skin off my back. I'll come back in 24 hours anyway."
Okay. And then I think how this kind of manifests is that this like black smoky color will go over Kay's eyes when they kind of basically communing with their patron. And they'll say, "I need some help."
Ask.
I need some more insurance in case things go wrong with this Spectre situation. I need extra hands.
That I can provide. I'll meet you there.
We'll go back. And I think kind of to reflect the corruption that there's on the edges, similar, reminiscent to Brody, actually. There's just this black smokiness that just kind of lingers on the corners of the whites of Kay's eyes before just kind of eventually dissipating. And they'll just take the wheel and say, "Thanks."
Right. That was definitely wasn't prepared for that. I can die, and that still freaked me out. So, all right. Everything squared away?
Yeah, we're gonna have a little backup when we get there.
All right. And when we do that scene, we're actually going to need to pull out rules that we haven't even thought about with the gang fight rules.
Gang fights!
Ah!
I am
I'm so excited.
exceptionally unprepared for. I'll need to probably take 5 to read those.
I wanted to text Dimitri and ask him to get his ass over to my sanctum because I need some muscle. Yeah, there's straight up gang fight rules, y'all.
Yes,
war
that is a
rules.
thing that Urban Shadow has. That we
And
will
and
It's not
Daryl
like he's been preparing for this.
Daryl has a gang protecting him.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
This is legitimately going to be a gang fight.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited for us touching into these rules. But before we get there, you text Dimitri?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just get master. He will text back saying, "How urgent in the middle of job?"
I'm gonna take a picture of Peter Poindexter and send it to Brody.
It is all sorts of pixelated, and that's
Yeah.
before it goes through the whole spectral magical prison filter too. Like,
I'm like, this is that Spectre. I don't know if Dimitri knows anything, actually. It's real bad.
that's the last text. It's real bad.
Lauren, there is perhaps opportunity for more hands-on training with my friend I was talking about earlier.
Maybe Lauren would recognize Peter.
Would you be interested in coming with me?
We still got some time, Mom. Should I text Steve, let him know that we're needing to step away for a second?
I have his number. I will take brunt of blow, and I'll text Steve saying, emergency with Gallant and Spectre. We will look into Shade later.
I also wanted to try to channel my magic because I'm feeling pretty vulnerable and I only have one hold.
Yeah.
I'll just roll it as a spirit.
I think you changed scenes, didn't you?
It lasts through scenes, and so if that's what you're asking, the hold lasts through scenes. It's it's that when you miss, you can't channel again that scene. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold lasts till you spend it. Okay. I got a 7. On a 7 or 9, I'm gonna hold 3, and I have to choose one from the list below. I am gonna choose to mark corruption. Fuck me. So now I have 4 hold, which is good. And hold lasts till you spend it. Okay. I'm now juiced. So as I stand over that cage, I just kind of grip my staff, and the darkness shoots through my veins a little bit more. I have a scene with Peter I want to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. My back is to him. I'm gonna turn around, kind of just halfway, and be like, "So you said you had contingencies?"
Why?
Well, I want to know what they are.
What, you think because you have me in a cage, I'm gonna monologue?
Don't you remember? You already did. And I would like to try to do the modify memory wipe, and I can mark a corruption and spend an additional hold to put new memories in his place.
Okay.
So it can be up to an hour, and I think what I want to do is make him think that I've worked him over, basically. And he's spilled the beans.
Okay. Question about how your prison works.
Yeah.
Does it have like special stuff to it, or?
Yeah, it's literally mystical. I'm picturing basically a cage that has runes on the bars and probably a painted drawing on the bottom of the floor.
Okay, and what sort of restrictions does it put? Would you imagine?
It's good at keeping things in. That would be my hope.
Okay.
It's also worth noting that the sanctum itself has mystical wards. So, yeah.
Okay.
So do I feel the spell take hold, or?
And this is just like an effect.
Well, the only caveat I could see is it's on a helpless target. He's imprisoned. I don't know.
Trying to think how I would. Because this is two very powerful beings sort of like clashing against each other.
Yeah, it sure is.
I'm gonna say it takes hold, but you can tell that it's somewhat temporary. How about that?
That works for me. Unfortunately, in order to do the new memories, I do have to mark corruption.
Did you just fill up a corruption track?
I sure did.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Oh, y'all. Okay, well, I'm going to take a corruption move. So, and corruption moves are... Oh, okay. I'm super confused. Okay, I'm going to...
What are you confused about?
No, I'm not confused. What I mean to say is I don't know what corruption move to take, but I'm gonna go ahead and... No, fuck no, that's terrible.
They're corruption moves. They're supposed to be
Yeah, they're all real bad. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Okay, I have my corruption move. And so, yeah, as I channel those magics and I turn around and I say, you already told me everything, don't you remember? And I just put up my hand. I can feel the darkness kind of take hold.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just see Peter, like, shake. Kind of, like, go to, like, move a hand against the chain. I just... Why'd I do that?
Oh, I'm afraid they're already on their way.
There's no reason for me to stay here anymore. And he's going to telekinesis the cage against the wall, and it shatters.
Okay.
The mystical prison.
Yeah.
So, because he's not leaving it, he's just breaking the runes.
And yeah, I'm gonna look at him. Goodbye, Petroska. And I'm going to use his true name to inflict 3 harm armor training on him. I conjure upon a pale horse.
Dang. Alright. You see him just sort of like recoil. He just kind of... And just begins to just like book it out.
And I will text, okay, he's on his way. I'm a group text.
Does Gallant know how to do that?
Yeah, he does.
How long does it take them?
Takes a while. Fuck, he calls it. My intent here is to let Dimitri know, let Kay know that Peter is going to be on his way to his link. Or maybe to his contingencies, we'll see.
That's why I was asking about the intention of the mystical prison, because I was curious what worked and what didn't work inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's not like you can't just keep things in indefinitely. But
indefinitely, yeah.
God. You're calling, Kay? Or are you just texting?
Call, sure.
Okay. I imagine I'm still driving. So I'll just toss it to Benji.
Benji doesn't hate me.
Benji doesn't know who you are. It's fine.
Hello?
Yeah, Kay. I don't even notice that it's not Kay. Kay, Peter got free. I made him think that we knew about his contingencies. He's probably on his way to one of his contingencies, but he's definitely going to be on his way to Daryl first, I think. Tell me where he is so I can get over there.
Oh, sorry, you're talking to me.
Who the hell is this?
Who is this?
Oh my god. Put Kay on the phone.
I'll like put it on speaker and just like...
Kay.
Is this something about Peter being released or something?
He's on his way. He got free.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you want from me? I'm level 1. He's level 7. I can't.
Fuck. Okay.
Where are you headed?
This is better.
I probably to Daryl. Probably this. Okay.
What's the address? I've lived here. Well, I know the streets.
I give Gallant the address.
All right.
With my voice, because I can't text.
Yep.
Benji has phone.
And then I would get my busted ass pickup truck and call Dimitri and let him know that where I'm headed.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Benji kind of like hangs up the phone. It's like, you all right? You want this back?
Nope. Whatever. It's
better this way, right?
no, it's not. It's not at all better this way. But it is this way, and that's fine.
Fuck.
Drive faster. Much faster.
It's time for
Alright.
time for a war, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Gals, guys, and non-binary pals.
Yeah. And so, Dimitri, are you and Lauren heading to Daryl and Peter's place as well?
Yeah,
Bring
we
them
extra say
on.
like did the texture say meet here instead?
What'd you say?
Did the texture say meet here instead from Gallant?
It was a rabid phone call.
Rather phone call. Okay, then yeah, we would switch and head to the address.
This is my nightmare. The whole time I was like, oh, so long as Lauren's not there, it's fine.
Oh, I looped Lauren into this.
You did. You did.
I sure did. Okay, so I spent that. Do we want to take a $5 while you read up on gang fights?
Yeah, I actually was thinking that was going to be a great idea.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
because we're definitely going to get into some turf war bullshit.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So good. I wanted Peter to get loose. That's why I wasn't being very aggressive in
I
this
did
scene.
too, but I also didn't. Kay didn't.
I was trying to figure out what the best way for me to do that was, but also stay within, like, keeping your guys' power.
I could see the telekinesis working that way. Like it scoots the boundaries. I could see that. I'll have to weld it to the floor. It's like, oh fuck.
Heavy time.
That's what's gonna keep happening. A creature will find a way, I'll fix it. A creature will find a way, I'll fix it. A creature will find a way.
Yeah. But alright, join us back in a few.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to do a little shilling. If you're enjoying tonight's stream, remember to follow, consider subscribing. We'll be back in like 5-10 minutes.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Juneau Turf Wars. Thank you, Corey, for that one. Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and paint a picture together. I'm going to set some of the scene, and everyone is going to sprinkle in how things work from their point of view, and then we'll get down to the brass tacks of group combat. So, Kay. You are the first one to Daryl's house. And what does it look like when you pull up? Are you pulling up outside? Are you like screeching the car in with like a burnout? Like, what does it look like?
I think I slow down enough to like pull into the driveway without like too much fuss. Hello,
Thanks,
Somat.
Somatic
Hello,
Games.
welcome. Things are about to happen real fast.
Welcome to Oof.
Oof.
Yes. I think as you go to like pull your car in the driveway, you notice that there are like spectral like bodyguards sort of just standing there.
Sweet. Okay.
And they sort of like, as your car goes into them, it sort of, the engine dies.
Okay. That's fine. Um Okay. Do I have a sense of if my my legion not my
Yes.
legion, my horde is close by?
So I'm gonna take a little bit of a narrative leap here.
Go for it.
Your engine dies as you sort of enter the driveway. These ghosts are unmoving but staring you down. Benji slowly rises from the passenger side, cocking his revolver, and as you make your way out of the vehicle, unsheathing your sword, you turn behind you and you sense connection. You sense power, but wild power. And you see shadows sort of pull themselves and shutting lights off as they sort of weave themselves over the houses in the neighborhood. Lights on the fronts of houses are popping off one by one as these shadows encompass them, snuffing them out and moving forward to the ground. And there is darkness around you. This neighborhood is quiet. And out of this pool of black that has gathered on the street, figures begin to rise. Shadows pulling themselves up from the concrete with one claw or 4 or 10. These figures are unworldly, are encompassed in shadow, and they are dripping with black, with darkness. And one sort of steps forward, pulling itself from this pool, and just makes eye contact with you, and then takes a knee. And the rest follow. And it just says, "We are yours."
We don't have time for that. And I'm just gonna point my sword towards the ghosts.
Okay.
The specters.
As you turn and point your sword, the one house that is still lit on this block is in front of you, and it begins to dissipate, to glow, to shake, as it is wrapped in this green ethereal light. And it flickers. and faces etched in pain and death find themselves protruding, screaming, crying out for release, a release that will not come. And they begin to pull themselves out of this house and begin to take shape away. And the front door opens. Daryl, leveling a shotgun at you, says, "This is not where you should be." And does Gallant or Dimitri's car pull up first or next? I think Gallant's car, yes.
Yeah.
What does your entrance look like?
I think I'm like, and I over that curb and stop, and I bust out of the driver's seat and level my staff at Daryl.
Okay.
Before I do, well, yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think Lauren's car is the last to arrive, barreling down from the other side.
I think before we got there, like seeing in the distance of the house and after Gallant's call, Dimitri would have talked to Lauren just a little bit.
Okay. So you're racing towards. I'll give you like a 20 to 30 second conversation.
You are still very new to this. This is more serious than I had originally anticipated. I always learn the best by doing growing up. If you want to hop in, feel free. If you want to stay back and help from far, that's alright too.
With all due respect, Dimitri, fuck that noise. I'm here
Hell
to
yes. Hell yes. Over a fist.
She fist bumps and the car continues. And it pulls up on the other side. And like, as they get close to the house, there's darkness. And it is hard to tell where the street begins and ends and the sidewalks and stuff are. And as she kind of like pulls up directly, you hear a as a mailbox tumbles over the top of this rental. And then she kind of like looks at you, pulls out the gun from her shoulder harness and says,
sword.
and kind of like gets out. And then Lauren looks at you, Kay.
Kay doesn't look at her. Kay doesn't notice that yet. Kay is very focused on Daryl.
As this scene has sort of settled and there is a palpable silence in the air, descending from the pitch black sky is a black-faned, semi-corporeal, hurt and wailing Peter. As he gets closer to the house, this green ethereal mist reaches up and wraps and begins to encompass Peter, and the house begins to change with his presence, and black veins begin to etch themselves along the walls of the house. What do y'all do?
I would like to mark corruption to go full demon without rolling.
Yep.
It's fine. I can do all the things.
I will spend 2 hold to give everyone +1 armor on our side. So a bright Galant's color is, I think it's red. No, it's green. A kind of sickly almost starlight green shoots out from his staff and gently settles over our side of the battlefield, giving everyone +1 armor. And that's 2 hold I had to spend.
And Dimitri seeing this, like he smiles a little bit and his eyes are studying Peter intently, and then afterwards studies Kay. So I'm gonna use Burke Learning on both of them.
Okay. What does that do?
The first time I encounter a supernatural creature, I can roll with mind, and I get to know about it.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
So Peter, oh god, Peter is a miss. That is a straight up 2, unfortunately.
Okay.
I misread the creature. You can tell me how.
I think you think you're dealing with a dragon of some sort.
Okay. I also got
You are expecting like firepower.
and I got a 7 on K.
Okay, and that means
You just tell me a little bit about it and how it can be killed.
hit me real
heavy
real hard.
firepower.
Ordnance.
Ordnance.
Yeah.
Point of order. This
Yes.
is the first time Lauren has seen Kay like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Somebody put that out there. It's fine.
Yep.
Cool.
So we are entering what is known as group combat. Does your band of demons does it list a group size?
Let's see. It says a gang of demons.
Mm-hmm.
And they do 2 harm, they are small, and they have 2 armor, and they're demonic.
Oh, that's it. That's all they give me.
Okay.
So is small size?
Yeah, let's just call it a small size.
2 arm, 2 armor.
3
3 armor now.
Yeah. And Ghost. Does it have anything for the band of Ghost?
Body of Ghost was in the book. In the playbook itself, it did not list out any stats.
Yeah. I can't imagine it being more than like a medium size.
Correct. They're probably comparable.
Yeah.
Not so much with the armor though, just with the.
Yeah.
Sheer size.
Yes.
No!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being corporeal.
Yeah. So I think. Would you like to lead a group into battle, Kay?
100%.
So roll
100%.
with blood.
You've got a lot, right? You've got like 9 blood, 20 blood.
I have 1.
What?
Blood.
I got lots of spirit.
Okay,
Thanks to Peter. Okay. This is not technically unleash. No, this is just a special move. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not great, guys. It's a 6.
Oh!
Oh. Does anyone want to lend a hand?
Dimitri! Lend a hand! You've got like 2 blood, right? You're a hunter.
Is lend a hand blood?
Oh.
I've
No,
never
it's
helped.
not.
Oh,
No,
my
you
bad.
roll with the faction.
You roll with wild.
That'd be a straight roll.
Hold on. Wild?
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Go.
got -1.
Go for it, Dimitri. No, I don't, but.
Helping the attack, basically.
Yeah.
Join me.
Yeah, I think based on the thinking they're fire, Dimitri looked at his sword. He went into the car, pulled out his briefcase, and you see him quickly pull out a very, very large sniper rifle.
Okay.
Aims it at Peter, and that's how I'll help out, like
Yeah.
leading the charge, kind of.
Yeah.
Straight roll.
8.
Hey, on 7 eyes, you expose yourself to danger, entanglement, or cost. I'm gonna say you expose yourself to danger.
As I'm slowly assembling this sniper rifle.
Yeah, you're kind of leaving yourself a little bit open. But yeah, so that adds a +1. So it's not a miss.
No, it's not.
So
Okay.
I will read you the stuff. So when on a hit, trade harm is established. On a 7 to 9, choose 2, and here's the list. Your group suffers little harm. Your group inflicts terrible harm. Your group seizes a vital position, and your group avoids collateral damage. And I've got a little bit more descriptions here. If you would like to hear more about one, let me
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I think I have them pulled up here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I would like to seize a vital position. I would like to try to. Is this just my group that I am positioning, or is it also including myself?
It includes yourself because you
Okay.
are leading
Perfect.
the group. You are a part of the group.
Okay. I want to position ourselves so that my gang of demon buddies is blocking Peter from Daryl, and I want to be like right there.
Okay.
That's my one. For my other one, um, I would like for them to, uh, it's where they're at. Inflict terrible harm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So that goes up to a 3 harm on the group. Yeah, and then I think the way that this scene plays out is you kind of like because you've got your wings and everything out right
I got
now,
everything.
right?
Yep. I got
I
everything.
think your wings sort of like unfurl and you just sort of like flap and you are interceding with most of the ghost and Daryl. Like you are like right up in his face as he is like nervously like aiming the shotgun your way. And I think the demons charge the house and the ghosts sort of begin to like fly towards these and they hit and there is this weird sickening pulling sound that is happening throughout as these souls and these essences of darkness are impacting each other and there is a fight between these two basically like primal essences of the different parts of humanity.
So good.
And yeah, your demons do take they take 2 damage, but -1 because of the light that Gallant has.
They do
There's
have 2 armor
encompass.
also.
Okay,
Yeah, so they're effectively 3 armor.
Okay, so they take 3 -2, so they have 3 armor. So they actually.
So I'm Gandalf in this shit with like my lights.
Yeah.
My demon babies are so strong.
Yeah. But I think Peter looks down and just sort of like, let's turn the tide, and pulls the car and slams it into Kay. Into the house.
My poor car. Cool.
So, what's your armor look like?
4.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I think
extra
you do
crunchy
get-
today.
pinned, but I don't think you like get any like long-term damage. So, just kind of you hear this, and it's not just it's like right in your ear, but everyone can hear this kind of. This is a distraction. And just, yeah, the ghosts sort of begin to like push back. And, yeah, they sort of begin to peel these demon creatures back a little bit from the house. So they've loosened your advantage a little bit on ground. Does anybody else want to do?
Oh my god. Oh god, it's
Blot, Ty,
it's real bad, y'all.
Dimitri, I guess.
I'm gonna look back at Dimitri and like shoot the human in the head, and I'm gonna point at Daryl. Oh, I can't believe I just did that.
Dimitri looks very concerned at this, but does see the situation and does trust Gallant, so he will take the shot.
Okay.
I'm glad Gallant told you.
So that's an unleash, right?
Yeah.
So
That is an 11 plus 2.
Okay.
Or, yeah, 11 plus 2.
Holy shit.
Yeah, on a hict and on a hict. I can't talk tonight.
Okay.
There's been some fun ones there, Taryn. Spanctuary or whatever you said.
Sanctuary and
Spanked him.
hickeys.
Spanktum Schward.
Short.
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk most of the time anyway, so this is all fine. But yeah, so you choose, you inflict harm, and you choose one, inflict terrible harm or take something from them.
I would like to inflict terrible.
Okay.
Do you want to know how much damage that is?
Yes, I do.
6.
Okay.
This is the first time I've used this weapon. It is a silenced, high-powered, scoped rifle, and that's 5. And then if it's in terrible harm, it's 1 more. I'm assuming.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's how that works. I think Daryl is going to take a scar. And I think it's going to. How do scars work now?
It's basically a -1 to each, whichever stat you choose. It's like
Yeah.
broken,
Yeah,
shattered.
scarred is, yeah, so if it's like a physical thing in blood, it would be shattered.
Yeah.
Or
Disfigured his
disfigured would
heart.
be heart.
Fractured his
Yeah.
mind. Broken his spirit.
Spirit, yeah.
Holy shit. Sorry.
I love scars.
I do too. It's a great mechanic. I love this whole game.
Yeah.
Oh, what I love giant sniper rifles.
Yeah, that's why Gallant
Jeez.
pointed. Gallant knows that his boy is lethal.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take a body scar, and I think this shot would have been extremely deadly if he hadn't jerked at just the second. I think it just takes out an eye.
Oh, Gallant's familiar with face damage. Oh. And then for my thing that I do, I'm gonna try to channel more magics because I'm already running low.
All right.
I guess this is what wizards do.
Yeah, that is.
I'll roll it as keep your cool. Oh fuck! I missed.
No.
So I get 1, but I can't channel for the rest of the scene.
The rest
Fuck.
of the scene.
Gallant's
Ooh,
busted.
the
Well,
time to not do that.
well, that means he's gonna have to do something else. All right, this is not good. Okay.
Okay. And I think it's Dimitri, you opened up yourself to some danger.
Yeah.
And I think you're not paying attention when you're scoped in, and you feel the wind before you feel the impact, but a couple of ghosts run over and just sort of like slam not just into you but into you, and you feel yourself sort of like get like ripped on the inside. So that's 3 harm.
So 2 with the.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
And Lauren kind of looks over, and Wall, like kind of half screaming a little bit, is also like anger yelling. It's like the like scared anger, and just like unloads a couple right past you. And you would think that those wouldn't impact, but they do connect with these ghosts, and they are ripped from your person.
You're learning already. Cause for celebration. As I have like my shoulders jacked up.
Yeah. And I think, what's next? Okay. I think everyone's gone.
Okay. I would love to use vigilante, please.
All right.
Oh God. I rolled an 11 plus 1 for a 12.
All right.
Okay. So I get to hold 3 from my big list of all the things. It's night-ish.
Oh, it's night.
Okay.
It's darkness.
It is darkness.
And
It
it's
is darkness.
beckoning.
It is present. Okay. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to cross the distance to any character outside of my reach
Okay.
to get to Daryl
Yep.
before they
So
have time to adjust or react.
what does it look like when you basically like remove this car from you?
It looks like it's basically from sheer force of will. It just kind of it. Oh God. No, I think Kay hits it in the center, like wherever it's pinning them, and it like buckles outwards and it almost bends in half. And I think Kay follows the momentum of that car and then quickly goes around it to where Daryl is. And what the other two that I want to do, I want to redirect an attack within reach, assuming that Daryl is going to shoot at someone. I want to redirect an attack to Peter and then use my third one to kill Daryl.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah. I think so thematically as this plays out, okay, you push this car off of you and it doesn't just go backwards, the front half goes backwards over the back half. You basically just like snap this thing. And as you sort of basically fly directly at Daryl, Peter is barreling downwards at you. And before he can make half that distance, you are right upon Daryl, and Daryl has a shotgun and is going to like try and fire at you, and you just catch the barrel and just point it up. And these pellets that have been sort of specially designed and procured to deal with supernatural threats burst into Peter, and pieces of him begin to fall away as these black veins are sort of etched in and around him that Brody has left. Peter gets to you and is about to sink his hand into your demonic form when you just, with your claws, just sink directly into Daryl's chest.
I think as that happens, Kay, like for a moment, the face kind of breaks a little bit while they're looking at Daryl, who I assume is scared and in pain, all of those things, and just says, "I'm sorry," and then we'll just like,
Yeah, and as Daryl sort of like recognizes the pity in your voice, he just kind of, one tear begins to just drain down, and he slumps over, and there is an unnatural wailing from right next to you as Peter's last connection to this world is severed, and a hand begins to reach out to Daryl, and it's falling away as it's reaching out. And as Peter is falling away, the house behind you is also disappearing as it begins to just crumble into dust. And the scene is quiet once again as the ghost, the house, Peter and Daryl are no more. And I think that's a great spot to end the session for the night. So,
oh my God.
hey everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm your MC. I'm Taryn. You can find me at Twitter at TarzanOC. And that was some epic fucking combat. So yeah, we appreciate you joining us, and we're gonna go around who you are, where we can find you, and favorite moment from tonight, or 2 or 3, depending on how much you're feeling. Who wants to go first, or who wants to go last, really?
I can't. I need to go last. I can't.
Ty, how you feeling?
I'll go first, sure. My name's Ty. You can find me at Ballroom Brawler on Twitter. My favorite moments were I liked the scene with Gallant and Peter in the cage. That was a very, I mean, obviously cool. The huge fight scene was great, but I'm trying to find other moments that scene was really, I enjoyed that a lot. And then Daryl's death was good too.
Yeah, and where can we find you?
You can find me on Variant Rolls here every Sunday for Urban Shadows. Dragon Heisters is on a break. I will appear occasionally on Firefly, I think, coming up. And then Mythos Mystery Society, the next thing we were doing, I think, is finishing off Slow Boat to China from the Pulp Cthulhu. I'm not sure when that is. But all of the episodes are up on YouTube.
Cool.
And you have a Twitter now.
And we have a Twitter now, yes.
Maria?
Hi, I'm Maria. You can find me on the internet sometimes at Happy Capster, on Twitter mostly. You can also find me here on nights like tonight, where I do this a lot, and on nights like tomorrow night, where I am in Grim Femmes with the lovely Emma, running cool, emotional, driven stories. And typically on Thursdays, I'm in space with Project VHS. However, that's on a 2-week break. I also do stuff with Goblin Society Games at Society Goblins on Twitter, where we do a lot of D&D, magic items, and stuff. Follow us there. It's great. My favorite moments from tonight. The talk with Peter was a lot. God, I love Gallant. I just love him. He's so great.
Yep.
And that whole last bit was not great for Kay, but it was great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We just murdered a park ranger
We just murdered a civilian.
whose only crime was trying to survive.
Yeah, his only crime was love. God.
Yep.
That's me.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, that's me. Hi, folks. I'm Matthew Foreman. I am at Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. You can find me here on Variant Rolls Sunday nights, but I am, of course, a member of Dice Priori, where I run 2 games a week. Ghost of the Machine returns with episode 54. Yes, really awesome series. Check it out Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. It's a 5th edition D&D Mage Punk actual play that is huge and big and crazy and awesome. And if you like protracted warfare and sappy roleplay, check it out. My favorite moment, oh my god. I can't. The fact that I just need to say that, like, I'm proud of Peter. Whenever, like, Taryn, what you did with him was really awesome. But I was just like, I like, just everything, like me choosing the body of Ghost. I'm just gonna toot my own horn here. I set Peter up to be a really, truly terrifying villain. And Taryn, you portrayed him so beautifully. And that was, I can't believe he's dead, but we're gonna have to see what these contingencies look like. And I'm pretty sure they involve Mildred.
Why would they involve Mildred?
So I would keep those gang rules open and get familiar with them, because it's war in Juneau.
Hello, Juneau. What war did bring?
Yeah, Juneau, Darkness
Christians.
Wars.
We found out what darkness cost and when it beckons. That's
Who comes calling?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm Taryn. You can find me here on Sundays, and then VHS on Thursdays, but obviously it's taking a break right now. My favorite moment tonight was getting to pull out a part of the book that we hadn't even really thought about and just running with it. I'm gonna pull Matthew here and toot my own horn
Yes,
for a second.
go for
and
it.
Painting that picture
Yes.
was
It was so
on
good.
top of my head was a lot of fun, a lot of stretching narrative pulls and stuff. But you all gave me some really, really good pieces to work with. So I mean, back on you guys. You guys give me really, really easy things to work with and I can run with. So yeah. that was phenomenal. But like Matthew said, we went on a break. If you like what we do here, don't forget to follow, subscribe if you really want to support us. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/variantrolls. Follow us on Twitter. We tweet about it tweets all the time. We have a bunch of stuff going on right now. All sorts of stuff pretty much every day of the week, I think. Obviously we're going into American holidays, and then PAX Unplugged will put a bit of a ripple in schedules, but we'll be around. See you guys next week. Yeah. That was a lot.
Want to raid?
Yes, we do want to raid. Who do we want to
Let's
raid?
Raid.
Legend of Adventures is around.
They're on sub only.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I Need Diverse Games only has 4 right now, so
We can.
let's do that.
I support that. I'm gonna show one more time for VR. Hey, if you're enjoying tonight's stream, please follow, and if you're already following, consider subscribing. Thanks.
Okay. We have the raid set. But thanks everybody, and see you next week.
Alrighty. I'm gonna jump over.